Hi, welcome to the Going for Two War Room, sponsored by ExpandTheBoxScore.com. Advanced, adaptable, and affordable premium stats for all sports, including college football. Use my promo code GF210 to save 10%. Again, ExpandTheBoxScore.com, hashtag WeGotStats. I'm here, as always, with Ryan Searfoss, and we are looking today at Alabama wide receiver Henry Ruggs. He's a 6-foot receiver, 190 pounds. So, Ryan, give me his strengths and weaknesses to kick things off.
Strengths and weaknesses.
There's no conversation you have about Henry Ruggs that doesn't start with his speed. It's ridiculous. Alabama's pro day, they said he ran a 4.25 last year. Oof. He's gonna he's gonna come close to John Ross's record. I mean, he is absolutely electric. He hit like 21.5 miles per hour, something like 22.5 miles per hour, faster than Tyreek Hill on ESPN's Next Gen Stats. You can't have a conversation about him that doesn't revolve around his speed. It's the absolute trump card that he has that no player is going to match in the draft. He can do a little bit of everything else. He runs decent routes. But the thing is, a slant route, a go route, stop and go, he's going to kill anybody because they're so terrified of that speed. And he's fantastic after the catch. He's his advantage. He runs with a little bit of power. Once he has the ball in his hands, he has very good hands that are really underrated. He's a solid receiver, but he has that one thing that's just better than anybody else coming out, and he legit could be one of the fastest players in the NFL day one.
Wow. You can't teach speed, that's for sure.
You cannot teach speed, no.
All right, what about the opposite side of things? What's his weaknesses?
Obviously, small receiver. He does have a limited route tree. They didn't use him on a ton of complex things in Alabama, and he kind of is what he is. He's never going to be the high-volume guy. He's going to be a boomer-bust player. He's had 40 and 46 receptions his last 2 years for 700-some yards both times. He's had 7-11 touchdowns, though, because he's broke those big plays. But he's never going to be a high-volume receiver, and he's going to be a little bit boom and bust fantasy-wise, where it's not going to be every down. But similar to the guy we're going to compare him to, can't leave him on your bench.
All right.
Who, where, and when.
All right, speaking of who we're going to compare him to, who are you comping him to?
So, majority of people are going to say Tyreek Hill, which is completely understandable because Tyreek Hill's breathtaking, and they're very similar in that ways. I want to say he's a little bit closer to a Brandon Cooks. He runs a little bit more underneath routes. He's does a little bit more of those type things. They use him on a ton of end arounds, way like that. And he's a little bit more built similar to Cooks, where Tyreek Hill's very, very small. And I think he's going to fit in and just be that boom player any given time. I don't know if he's going to be that top-tier guy and land in the perfect situation like we've seen with Tyreek Hill, but someone like Brandon Cooks, where we've seen him in 3 different offenses produce for 3 different teams, 3 different quarterbacks, just because he has that speed and that ability to get open and make big plays. I think we see that on Henry Ruggs.
All right, good stuff. What about, where do you want to see him land?
I want to see him on the team that needs a deep threat in their offense more than anybody, and that's Philadelphia. He's what the Eagles have been trying to get. They signed Deshaun Jackson, who's, 36 years old now last year,
Yep.
Who got hurt. Every wide receiver they have got hurt last year. I think they have a lot of possession guys, and Carson Wentz needs that guy to spread the field out, keep safeties on their heels. And if he has that big playability, I think that'll be huge for the offense. And I think that would be huge for Ruggs because he's not going to get double covered where he's going to get eaten up by those bigger corners who could swallow him at the line of scrimmage. He's not going to see double coverage just because they have those tight ends. They'll have either Alshon or J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, whoever's going to step in there. It's a good offense that they can't double him, and it's going to keep the safety off him a little bit, which would mean big plays. I'd love to see him land in Philly.
Yeah, that would be an awesome landing spot, for sure, because I know they do that deep threat for sure. All right, what about when we drafted him in our Dynasty leagues?
I think it's a mid-first round pick. I think he's a day one starter for any team. I don't know if we're going to see a ton of production right away. It could be similar to what we saw with Hollywood Brown this year. We've seen 2 or 3 huge games and then kind of disappear for a little bit and vice versa. I think we see a lot of that at Ruggs. But I think running in the right situation, it could move them up a little bit. If they find a team like a Philly or somebody who's going to find ways to get him the ball in space and let him do what he does best, I think he could be another guy who moves up and is around. You're considering it right around that 5 to 7 range and pretty comfortable with it.
I was thinking, what about if he landed in Houston as a Will Fuller replacement since he can't stay healthy?
Will Fuller, Kenny Stills replacement? Yeah.
Yeah.
That role's huge in that offense. That'd be awesome.
Yep.
But I just feel like they're never going to give up on him.
Yeah.
On Fuller, that is. But yeah, he's crazy to say he's faster than Fuller.
Wow, that's crazy. All right, let's get the bottom line.
The bottom line.
I was just letting that finish there. Bottom line is Henry Ruggs is the premier deep threat in the draft this year. He can change games. You're never going to be able to bench him in fantasy because he's going to have games where he has 5 catches, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns because he's broke a couple plays. Teams are going to find ways to run him on reverses, get him the ball in space, and use that speed, which nobody else has, to his advantage. I think it makes him an absolutely intriguing prospect. He's one of my favorite guys to watch just because he is so exciting. Fantasy-wise, if your team needs that guy you put in on close matchups where you need that big player, that big play, that big week, Henry Ruggs is your man.
All right, good stuff. Good stuff. All right, guys, thanks for tuning into the War Room. That was Henry Ruggs, and I want to thank Ryan once again, and we'll see you next time.